guys, welcome back to my channel. I have gotten so many requests for this video and it wasn't even something that I had thought of filming, so thank you guys for requesting this because I love knowing what you guys want to see. So today I'm going to be doing what I actually used from my hospital bag. So if you haven't seen my original what's in my hospital bag for labor and delivery video, I will link it up here in case you guys want to go and watch that to kind of see what I had originally packed. And I will say I did a pretty good job. I think I used about 70% of the stuff that I packed, but there were definitely items that I packed that I didn't need, and some that I wish that I had packed that I didn't. So I'm gonna go through all the things that I talked about in that video and let you guys know what I used and what I didn't. The first thing that was like the number one thing that I was glad I had with me, that I don't even think I talked about in my what's in my hospital bag video because it wasn't actually in the bag for obvious reasons, was my exercise ball. And my hospital did have exercise balls. I know some hospitals, because of COVID, aren't letting patients use their equipment like that. Ours was, and it would have been totally fine. However, I was using that ball like from the car to check-in, and then from check-in to triage, and then in triage, and then from triage to my room. And that was a good probably hour and a half that I wouldn't have had my exercise ball. And if you have seen my birth video, you will know that that thing was indispensable to me. I did unmedicated labor, and position changes were my main pain management technique, along with counter pressure, which my husband was amazing about. And I would have been lost without the exercise ball. I did several different positions on it, so I was so glad that I had it, especially in the early stages of labor when I was like 4, 5, 6, actually I think I was 5 when I got checked into the hospital. So when I was 5, 6, 7 centimeters, I just wanted to be on my knees, like leaning over the ball all the time. So very glad that I brought that. Pulling up the video here so I can cross-reference. So the first thing that's linked is my diaper bag, and obviously I used my diaper bag because I did pack everything in it. I actually have a coupon code for this diaper bag company. This is not sponsored. I got this for my baby shower for my grandma, but I believe it's code Megan15 for 15% off because how gorgeous is this diaper bag? In the diaper bag, I had a few things, obviously. The first was our changing mat. So this is our changing mat. It's from Gather. It's really cute. It has a little rainbow on it, and I did not use this in the hospital because I didn't change any diapers in the hospital. My husband did them all because I was recovering and I felt like I had been hit by a truck. So he did the diaper changes in the bassinet, so we did not need this, and we obviously went straight home from the hospital, so I didn't need to pack this. Another thing that I packed that I did not use was this car seat cover. It was a short walk from the hospital room to our car. I didn't need it. I definitely wasn't going to use it as a nursing cover because I was just like in my robe, boobs out all the time because the doctors were coming in and out to check, and the lactation nurses and all of that kind of stuff. So I did not use this, and I still don't really use this. I don't think we've used it yet, so maybe an item I shouldn't have even registered for. A few things that I did definitely use and was really glad that I brought that I don't have with me anymore are my Perry bottle. So good. I was so glad that I had the Frida upside down one that kind of like sprays up at an angle instead of just the regular squirt bottle that the hospital gave me. And the hand and footprint kit. Our nurse took Rowan's footprints and tried to take his handprints. Didn't really get a good one of those, but they're in his baby book now, so I can't show you the kit because it's gone. But I was very glad that we brought those to the hospital. Some medical supplies that I did not use that I brought were my Dermaplast, my Tux pads, my Instant Ice maxi pads, and my regular maxi pads. And that is for the simple reason that the hospital had all of those things. So I used theirs before I used mine because I knew I could take mine home because I paid for them. And I did take some stuff from the hospital home as well. But all those are great, great products. Definitely stock up on those for postpartum, but I did not use them in my hospital bag. Now we'll talk shoes. So I brought and did use these flip-flops that I got from Target for a couple of bucks in the shower. I did labor in the tub for a little bit, so they cleaned it really well for me, so I probably did not need those, but I had brought them and I just didn't want to step on the floor of this shower even though I knew it was super clean because I had been in it. So I did use those, but what I didn't use were my slippers. I think this kind of probably depends on how your labor and delivery goes. But for me, since I had stitches and then the sutures failed and then I got stitched up again, I was very sore and I felt very weak. So I was not up walking around very much. I think the only times I really got out of the bed were to go to the bathroom, to take a shower, and to take some newborn pictures of Rowan in his little bassinet. So didn't use these. I just went barefoot for the times that I was out of the bed, and I could have used my flip-flops if I wanted to, but honestly, I didn't need them. Another thing, unsurprisingly, that I did use was my vlog camera. I actually had quite a few cameras, so that we had different angles. You'll probably notice if you saw the birth vlog that there are a couple cameras going, just in case one died or, you know, whatever. Our hospital almost did not let us film his birth. We checked with them like a bunch of times, a bunch of different places before we went. And everybody said, yeah, you're good to go as long as it's not an emergency situation, in which case we'll ask you to stop filming. And you can't film, I think, in the OR if you have a C-section at my hospital. And then the OB who delivered our baby came in and she was like, oh, you can't do that. And I was like, because it wasn't our OB, it was just the one that was on call. Ours had to leave like a half an hour before I started pushing. But they did end up letting us do it. Even if you are not, you know, a YouTuber or whatever, I would recommend bringing a camera for pictures and to film your birth if you want your partner to do that. I think it's a really special memory to have, even if you're not posting it on the internet, which I understand a lot of people probably don't want to do. I did mention this in my What's in My Hospital Bag video, and then people messaged me and were like, hey, you are incorrect about that, because I had packed originally a silicone breast pump because I knew pumping was supposed to help with labor, but I didn't realize a silicone pump doesn't stimulate your nipples at all, so it doesn't count. I did use my regular pump to kickstart labor, but I actually took this out of my hospital bag before we even went because people told me it was useless, and it would have been. But this has been amazing to have at home since. If you watched my newborn essentials video, I talked all about this. So good. Then going on to the clothing items that I brought for me and for baby. I pretty much lived in this robe the entire time. It was just like a wraparound and a tie. This one is from Milkmaid Goods. I'll link all of this stuff in the description below. If you don't see the actual item, it's in my Amazon storefront. So click on the Amazon storefront and that'll take you to the links of basically everything we own that's from Amazon. But this one is from Milkmaid Goods. It was pricey, but it looked really cute in photos and I really liked it. And I, like I said, was in this the entire time. Just like, it was really easy to just move aside and like pull out a boob and feed the baby. So highly recommend bringing a robe. Something that I brought that I wish I had brought two of was a nursing bra. These nursing bras are my favorite. They're from Motherhood Maternity, and I like them because they're sports bra style, so they don't have like a clip in the back, which I think is so annoying. And I actually changed into this because my regular bra got wet when I got in the bathtub. I did end up bringing a swimsuit. I didn't talk about that in the video, but I was in so much pain when I first got into the tub that I didn't have time to change into it. So my regular bra got wet and I ended up putting on my nursing bra. And then when I actually gave birth and they put Rowan on my chest, this got just covered in just like blood and goo. And I'll pop a picture right here of me like right after I gave birth with just after birth on me. And then I couldn't wear it the rest of the time we were there. So the robe kind of took care of the problem, but it would have been so nice to have another one of these. I like the clip down kind as I drop it. It just like, whoop, I'm wearing one of these right now. So good. And then this one is kind of a gray area because I didn't use this specific one. Hopefully I'm not too overexposed. The sun is coming out. This is the Medela postpartum support wrap that goes around your belly and just kind of holds you in. And this one didn't really fit me right after I gave birth because I still had like a pretty big tummy. And I actually asked for one from the hospital, so they did give me like an abdominal binder, and that was so essential because I felt like after you give birth, the baby was kind of like holding everything in its place, and then the baby's gone and the placenta's gone, and it just feels like everything is just sloshing around in there and like falling out of you. It's not the best feeling. So support belt was awesome. Then for baby, I brought 2 swaddles. I only needed one, and honestly, I only needed it for pictures, and then I think we threw it over the car seat instead of the cover when we were leaving. So I'd recommend bringing one. My hospital said to bring 2, but I didn't really find it to be necessary. Maybe if he had like spit up on one, but he was only, you know, drinking colostrum, so he didn't really spit up the first couple of days. And then I ended up putting him in the Maybe Baby Layette set. In the color Honey. I can't show it to you because he's currently wearing it, but I'll pop a picture here of what he looked like. It was nice and easy to get him dressed in, and it kept him warm, but not too warm, so that was his going home outfit. So that is it for what I actually used for my hospital bag. I hope that this video was helpful if you are about to give birth. Honestly, so much of it is personal preference, but that's what I use and what I was glad that I had, as well as obviously what I didn't use. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please leave any other video requests you have in the comments, and I will see you guys all in the next one.